Welcome back. Previously, we were discussing about fund from operation and its different method for computing fund from operation. Today, we will discuss about the final step in the preparation of fund flow statement. The last step, fund flow statement. Even though the entire area is termed as fund flow statement, and one of the steps under fund flow statement itself is named as fund flow statement because it is a final step or the final stage in the preparation of the statement. And what is meant by fund flow statement? The common method of presenting fund flow statement is in horizontal form. The sources of fund are shown on the left hand side and applications are shown on the right hand side. That is the main purpose of preparing a fund flow statement. Here in the last step, you will be preparing a statement. It can be prepared in a statement form as well as account form. And in this statement, you will be noting down sources as well as applications of fund. And what is the meaning of sources and application of fund? Simple meaning is source. Source means from what all areas or what all sources from which you have earned fund. In simple terms, it means all those transactions from which you have earned cash or bank. Whatever the cash or bank, that depends. And the application of fund means for what all purposes you have spent your cash or fund. And all those transactions are known as applications. And all those transactions from which you have earned cash or money is known as sources of fund. So fund flow statement is prepared using the information collected from the previous three steps. And we have discussed that three steps in detail previously. And I hope you all guys know how to deal with the three steps which we have discussed. It may be prepared in horizontal or vertical form. Means fund flow statement can be prepared in horizontal or vertical form. Horizontal form is a statement form and a vertical form, horizontal form is an account form as well as vertical form is a statement. We will discuss those two formats in detail. The difference between source of fund and application of fund is the net increase or net decrease in working capital during the year. In theory, it is said that the difference of this statement or fund flow statement or the sources and application fund, the difference may be representing the net increase in working capital or net decrease in working capital. In theory, it may suggest like that, but in a problem area, actually it's working the other way around because finally you are preparing the statement, that is the sources and application, and in the problem part, usually you will get a statement or a format where you will get a tally answer. That means in both sides the amount will be the same. Why it is because like that? Because the net increase or decrease which I have specified here, it is that the difference is net increase or decrease. We already record that net increase or decrease in the problem area. That's why you will not be at any difference like as specified here. You will get a tally answer. You will understand the concept while we'll dealing with the problem part. Don't worry about anything. Next, net increase in working capital is an application of fund. Remember, net increase in working capital is an application of fund and net decrease in working capital is a source of fund. Remember this part because it is an important area while dealing with or preparation of statement. A net increase in working capital is an application and net decrease in working capital is a source. Remember that. I hope you understand the concept, why it is called application, why it is called a source. Net increase in working capital is considered an application of fund because Working capital increases when current asset increases. Current asset increase in the sense means it may be increased due to an increase in stock, debtors, and other sorts of all current assets except the cash. That's why there is it is said that net increase in working capital is treated as an application. Where in net decrease in working capital is considered as a source, because remember that current asset which we have mentioned earlier, decrease in stock means it may be done due to sale. Decrease in the stock occurs when there is a sale. When sale happens, income increases or cash increases. So it's a source. That's how you have to understand the concept. So let us discuss the format for preparing the statement of sources on application of fund. The name of that statement is written statement of sources and application of fund. It's an horizontal format. Here it's an account form. Left side is depicting the sources of fund and right side depicting the application of fund. Remember the items on both sides and how we are going to record all these items. As I have mentioned earlier, source represent all those transactions that led to increase in the cash or money in the hands of businessman. If you are a businessman, remember like this, all those transactions that led to an increase in the cash balance in your hand is considered as a source. All those transactions which led to the decrease in the cash balance of a businessman is considered as an application. Now we will just go through the items in this statement. You can understand the concept. In the sources of fund, you can see that issue of shares is written. When shares are issued, usually we issue share whenever you want to raise capital. So when you issue share, you can raise capital. Raise capital means your money is increased or cash balance is increased. When you issue shares, you will get cash or money or capital in the form of capital. So issue of share is a source of fund. All those transactions, whether it is for credit or anything else, when the cash balance is increased, it is considered as a source. Next one, issue of debentures. Same case. When debentures are issued, you are raising capital. How you earn capital? By earning cash. It doesn't mean that it is a credit or how a credit can be considered. Even though it is a credit transaction or it's a credit or lending or sort of borrowing, you just remember the concept whether the transaction led to increase in cash balance or not. So issue of debentures is considered as a source. Next one, long-term loans raised. When loans are raised, even though loans raised, your liability may be increased, but the logic is that when loans are raised, your cash balance is increased. So it is considered as a source. Next one, sale of fixed asset. When a fixed asset is sold, usually we sell a fixed asset for cash. So whenever you are selling a fixed asset, you will get cash. When you are selling a fixed asset, you get cash. When there is an increase in cash, it is considered as a source. Next one, sale of investment. Again, another type of source. Next one, dividend received. Dividend received means income received. So it's a source. Funds from operations. When you are getting funds from operation, it is considered as a source. And finally, see, decrease in working capital. You know how to find increase in working capital or a decrease in working capital. For that, you will be preparing a schedule of changes in working capital. That was the step number 1. That amount will be recorded here. If you are getting a decrease in working capital, that will be noted here. So if you go through the sources of items with the source of fund, you can understand that all those transactions which you have earned income or cash is considered as a source. And one more thing, if you go through the items specified here, you can see that fixed liabilities are here and fixed assets are here. If you go through the nature of it, you can understand that whenever there is an increase in fixed liability, see, issue of shares, your liabilities increase. Issue of debentures, liabilities increase. Long-term loans raise, your liabilities increase. Whenever a fixed liability is increased, it is considered as a source. It's just a trick for understanding the concept. Whenever there is an increase in fixed liability, it is considered as a source. Next, if you go through the assets part, you can see that whenever there is a decrease in assets, it may be a fixed asset or a current asset, then there will be a increase in cash balance, that is source of fund. So there exists an inverse relationship between liabilities and assets. When liability increases, source of fund, but when fixed assets is decreased, it is a source of fund. That's how you have to consider. Likewise, if you go to the application side, the concept is that all those transactions which led to the decrease in the cash balance in your hand is considered as an application of fund. So, if you go through it, here it was sale of fixed asset is considered as a source of fund. Then the opposite of it will be purchase of fixed asset. It's an application of fund because when you purchase a fixed asset, you will spend certain sum of money in your hand, then your cash will be lost. So whenever there is a decrease in cash, it is considered as an application of fund. Next one, purchase of investment. Whenever you are investing in something, your cash balance is decreased. So whenever there is a decrease in cash balance, it is considered as an application of fund. Next one, redemption of preference shares. Sometimes you may redeem or pay back the preference shares to its preference shareholders. So for paying back, you need cash. So you spend cash for redeeming those liabilities. So your cash balance is decreased. So it is considered as an application of fund. Next one, redemption of debentures. See, here it was issue of shares, issue of debentures. Here it is redemption of preference shares, redemption of debentures. Next, repayment of loan. You are paying back loans. When you pay back your loans, you have to spend your cash. So whenever there is a decrease in cash, it is an application of fund. Next one, income tax paid. And remember, sometimes, in rare cases, you may come across an item, refund of tax. Refund of tax means sometimes you may pay excess tax and the income tax authorities will repay back the excess fund. It is known as tax refund. Tax refund is a source of fund. It's a rare item, that's why we are not showing it here. Next one, dividend paid. See, it's a payment. That also comes here. And finally, it is increase in working capital as per the schedules. If you have got increase in working capital in step 1, that is schedule of changes in working capital, that amount has to be recorded here. If you are getting a decrease, that has to be recorded here. Since we are recording any of these items, which may any of the one only come in a question. So if you are getting decrease or increase, you will be recording in this source and application fund. So finally, your answer will be a tally one. It's just like some sort of an operations of a balance sheet where you will get a same total. That's why I have mentioned earlier, in the problem area, you will be getting a tally answer because we will be recording these decrease or increase in the beginning itself. That's why we are doing like that. In higher level studies or in your PG level, there you will be preparing source and application for finding out this balance amount. That's why it is said like that. Usually the purpose is for that, but for our computation and our syllabus point of view, you will be recording here. I hope you all guys understand the concept. You will get a clear picture when we are dealing with the application level question in the comprehensive part. At that time, you will get all your queries cleared. Next one, a fund flow statement can be prepared in vertical form. As I have mentioned earlier, it can be written in vertical form. Then the sources of fund are shown first, followed by application of funds. Generally, joint stock company follow this format, and for our computation also, it is not compulsory to follow any of this method, but you have to prepare a sources and application of fund statement. But in some rare cases, you may ask to prepare a vertical form, and you have to be very familiar with the preparation of vertical form. But it's quite simple. If you know how to prepare a source and application fund in a statement form, so it is very easy to prepare a vertical form. And for time being, let us see how a vertical form looks like. It will be the similar to a statement form where it will be written vertically beginning with source of fund, because in the account form you in the left side it was source of fund, so it will be written first source of fund. All the items are similar and the principle of preparation is similar, only matter is that you have to prepare in a vertical form where first you have to prepare the source of fund. That is the only difference. Only there is a difference in the style of preparation. So first you have to prepare sources of fund and you have to take the total. It is known as written as total source. After that you have to prepare application of fund. If you go through the sub contents of this, you can see that all these contents as we discussed earlier, and you have to take the total, then you will get total sources and application. Finally you will get a difference. That difference is known as net increase or decrease. If your application is greater than source, then the difference amount will be considered as a net decrease in working capital and vice versa. I hope you understand the concept. Just go through it and familiarize both statement. In the problem area, we will be discussing about horizontal form, that is the account form which we have dealt previously. But you have to be very familiar with both cases, but because in the question you may ask to prepare any of the methods specifically, in that case you have to follow as per the requirement of the question. So just go through all these items, and during computation part or the problem area you will be discussing some new items apart from the examples given here. Next one is depreciation is a source of fund. Actually it doesn't have any relation with the our problem area, but you have to be very familiar with the statement is depreciation is a source of fund, because during Viva examinations or during any internal exams or any interview situations, you may ask question like this: is depreciation is a source of fund? Usually depreciation may be regarded as the capital cost of an asset allocated over the life of the asset, because we all know what is the meaning of depreciation. It means a gradual decrease in the value of an asset due to wear and tear or usage or due to passage of time. So in real sense, depreciation simply a book entry having the effect of reducing the book value of the asset and the profit of the current year for the same amount. Because we all know how to find the depreciation of a certain asset on how to do the depreciation computation. It does not affect the current assets or current liability. We all know depreciation doesn't affect current assets or current liability because it is related to fixed assets. And it does not affect the flow of fund, or we can say that it is actually a non-fund item. Yes, exactly. Depreciation is a non-fund item because it doesn't leads to a flow or change in fund. Although depreciation is an operating cost, there is no actual outflow of cash, so the amount of the depreciation charged during the year is added back to profit while finding the funds from operation. You all know that step, and we have dealt the same step in preparation of fund from operation. And let's come back to the question whether the depreciation is considered as a source of fund. There cannot be a definite answer regarding whether a depreciation is a source or a depreciation is not a source like that. But you have to be very familiar with the concept of the depreciation. We all know depreciation means reduction in the value of the asset. But apart from that, you need to understand the effect of depreciation. We usually charge depreciation in profit and loss account. So the profit of the business is reduced due to depreciation. Thus, depreciation helps the business or a concern in saving tax, because tax is paid on the basis of profit earned. But if you charge depreciation on profit, then profit is reduced, thereby the tax burden is reduced. But in the real sense, depreciation is just a accounting transaction. There is no sort of cash outflow regarding in the name of depreciation. We in a business or in actual life, we never ever pay certain amount as depreciation. It is actually an accounting practice. So depreciation helps a firm in reducing the tax and dividends and amounts to withholding a part of the funds generated through the normal trading operations. Because if, for example, if I am a businessman and my profit for the period is 100, I have to pay tax for that rupees 100, or I have to pay dividend for on the basis of that profit earned. But if I am charging depreciation of that particular amount, my profit is reduced. If my profit is reduced, I have to pay only that much tax on the base of the reduced profit, and at the same time I have to pay only that much dividend for the reduced profit. But in actual sense, though, there is no sort of depreciation is as an expense happened in the business. It is just an accounting transaction. So it is in this sense that depreciation can be regarded as an indirect source of fund. It cannot be considered as a direct source of fund because there is no sort of cash inflow within the business, but it helps in reducing the cash outflow. So we can say that it is an indirect source of fund. But at the same time, it cannot be seen as an indirect source of fund under all circumstances. Because if I am running a company and it is running at utter loss, that is, there is no profit, and at the same time I have to charge depreciation on depreciation, it will not help in reducing the tax or payment of dividend. In that case, it doesn't help. That's why I have said that it is not always an indirect source of fund. So to conclude that, it may be said that to the some extent depreciation help in affecting savings in the payment of tax and dividend. In that sense, you can say that it is an indirect source of fund. But at the same time, we can't say that it is a direct source of fund because it does not generate any sort of cash inflow within the business. That is the concept of this statement, whether the depreciation is a source of fund. You have to be aware about such a question because since you have come to the end of your course, you have may come across this type of question in higher studies or during an interview or during some competitive examination. So just go through these concepts and theoretical part. We will discuss about the further cases in the coming session. That's all for today. Thank you.